Buzz on 90.3.
90.3.
90.3.
90.3 WMSC.
WMSC.
WMSC Upper Montclair.
Upper Montclair, New Jersey.
Good morning, everybody. It is the Morning Buzz Wednesday edition, and of course, it is Isaiah, Aidan, Amina, Anthony, Lana, somewhere in the void, also known as the Talk Studio. Guys, we got a great show lined up for you today. It's going to be a fun one. It's going to be serious. It's going to be relaxed. It's going to be happy. It's going to be sad. It's going to have every possible emotion you could have on a Wednesday. But first, the world needs to be filled in on what is happening around them, and only one person can do that. Amina, please.
Yes. So, in national news, yesterday the Senate unanimously approved a bipartisan bill that would make daylight saving time permanent in 2023 across the U.S. and end the practice of changing clocks twice a year. Americans will no longer need to set their clocks back an hour when returning to standard time in the fall. The legislation isn't going into effect until November of 2023. In state news, students from Passaic High School want the school board to scrap a new policy that allows only American flags to be flown on school grounds. Students want to fly the gay pride flag during Pride Month in June like they did last year. The board insists the ban on all ethnic flags raising wasn't meant to single out the LGBTQ plus community, but done in the spirit of fairness. In local news, a judge ruled the convicted former North Mayor Sharp J can't run for city council in May 10th election. Jay's 2008 conviction on federal mail fraud and conspiracy charges bars him from holding office. James' lawyer, Thomas Ashley, said James will not appeal and will not run in the spring nonpartisan race. The weather today, it is mostly clear with the high of 67 and a low of 43, with a humidity level of 65% and good air quality at 41.
Hey, thank you very much, Amina. But very quickly before we get into sports, this daylight saving time thing, are you guys happy about it, sad about it, in between about it?
I never understood the purpose of daylight savings time, if I'm being honest.
I mean, that's definitely fair, but would you prefer just having one standard time,
Yeah.
like the rest of the world?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be ideal. Hey, government, let's speed that process up. Anyways, Anthony, sports is happening, man.
Yeah, in sporting news, the New York Yankees announced yesterday that they've re-signed four-time Gold Glove Award-winning first baseman Anthony Rizzo to a 2-year contract worth roughly $32 million. Rizzo, who after spending a majority of his career with the Chicago Cubs, was dealt to the Yankees last season before the trade deadline. This comes 2 days after the Yankees made a splash trade with the Twins to bring former MVP Josh Donaldson to the Bronx. Rizzo will have an opt-out clause in his contract after this season. Baker Mayfield may be on his way out of Cleveland. After talks emerged at the Browns meeting with Pro Bowl quarterback Deshaun Watson for a potential trade, Mayfield posted a cryptic message on his Twitter thanking Cleveland fans who have supported him throughout his career. Quote, "I have no clue what happens next, which is the meaning behind the silence I've had during the duration of this process. I can only control what I can, which is trusting in God's plan throughout this process." The Browns are 29-30 over Mayfield's 4-year career in Cleveland, and talks have continued as to whether the former first overall pick will be staying with the team. The first 2 games of March Madness tipped off yesterday in Dayton, Ohio. These games were a part of the first 4, which have teams compete for a chance to play in the tournament. Texas Southern took down Texas A&M Corpus Christi 76-67 to be the 16th seed against Kansas on Thursday. And Indiana beat Wyoming 66-58 to have the right to play St. Mary's on Thursday. Tonight's action are the second 2 games of the first 4. First with Bryant and Wright State at 6:40 and Notre Dame and New Jersey native Rutgers tipping off at 9:10. The Brooklyn Nets put a bashing down on the Orlando Magic, winning by 42 in a 150-108 blowout. Kyrie Irving scored a career-high 60 points on 20 of 31 shooting, including 41 points in the first half. The Nets extend their winning streak to 4 games as they look to climb their way back in the Eastern Conference standings. The Devils continue their struggling season with a 6-3 loss to the Canucks last night. Bo Horvat had 3 points in the win for Vancouver. The Rangers won a thrilling overtime game against the Anaheim Ducks 4-3. Adam Fox scored a game winner with 55 seconds left in overtime to secure the win for New York. And the Islanders fell yesterday to the Washington Capitals 4-3 in a shootout. Alexander Ovechkin passed Jaromir Jagr for third on the all-time goals list, slotting number 767 with 458 in the third period against the Islanders goalie Semyon Varlamov.
Wow. Before we get started into our stories of the day, I need to ask you two questions. First off, on Monday, we filled out a March Madness bracket live on the show.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm interested. Did you fill one out?
Oh, I feel like probably like 4 or 5.
Okay. Who do you think is actually going to win?
I picked different national championships, like champions in all my different
Yeah.
brackets because I don't want to be like the
Which one are you
same.
most confident in?
Yeah. So I feel like if I'm being completely honest, the team I think that's really going to win is Villanova.
Okay. Repeats, right? Did they win last year?
No, but last year the winner was Baylor.
Baylor. Yeah, you're right.
So I just think Villanova, every time tournament time comes around, they're always ready.
Mhm.
And I really don't trust any of the 1 seeds this year to like truly get it done. So
Yeah. Now I'm gonna give you the team that Monday predicted that's gonna win the tournament, and I want to see your genuine reaction.
okay,
UConn.
that's crazy.
It was insane.
You know, I do have UConn going pretty far though. I have one of my brackets. I have them going all the way to the Final Four. So it's not crazy, but I mean,
It's pretty crazy.
it's pretty crazy.
It's pretty crazy. I was shocked that was the end result. It got wild towards the end. It's going to be available on our YouTube channel later today. But yeah, secondly, it is a bad time to be a top seed in the Eastern Conference when it comes to the NBA.
Yeah, it's every other day there's someone just keeps like jumping each other. But I think the Heat have held it down pretty well.
Not even in that sense. I mean, whoever gets matched up with the Nets, obviously.
You're talking about whoever? Yeah,
in the playoff
tournament, because the play-in tournament's first.
Yeah, I'm assuming they'll get past that.
Yeah.
Because Kevin Durant is still a player unless he blows out his other knee. But for the most part,
it's been Kyrie, man. If Kyrie can't play in New York yet, still.
Once
once Kyrie can play in New York, it's
the only time that would be worrisome, I think, is if they play the Raptors, because then he can't play any games at all.
Yeah.
But I think even with half games with Kyrie, they probably have a better chance than most teams of making a run.
Yeah, I agree.
That's been your basketball talk for the day, presented to you by WMSC. Has had another wild story.
New York City crime. A man suspected of stabbing 2 workers at New York's Museum of Modern Art and making threats regarding former President Donald Trump was arrested at a Philadelphia bus terminal Tuesday morning. This came after he set his hotel room on fire. Gary Cabana, who is 60, was wanted by police since Saturday. Philadelphia police found him sleeping on a bench and he was arrested with that incident. He was charged with arson and other offenses for the hotel fire. New York City police said they would seek to have him extradited, but did not provide a specific time frame for when that might happen. New York City Police Department Chief Detective James Isaac said that in addition to assault charges related to the museum stabbing, Cabana is also charged with prior unrelated assault and aggravated harassment for sending threats by email. New York City police said Cabana leaped over a reception desk and stabbed 2 employees inside the museum after he was denied entrance because his membership had been revoked. The workers, a man and a woman, both aged 24, were stabbed multiple times but suffered non-life-threatening injuries, police said. That is an incredibly tragic but ultimately lucky case regarding no one being too seriously hurt.
That's insane, that story.
That's crazy.
Yeah, a lot happened.
Yeah, a lot definitely happened. So I heard about this story actually yesterday as I was preparing the show yesterday morning. And there's 2 cases that were going on at similar times where there was another man in New York City that was targeting homeless people and then stalking them and then either attacking them or killing them. He was actually caught in, I believe, Washington, D.C., and he's in custody right now, so that's good. But this guy, I heard about the same story at the same time. So what is happening in New York right now? And his reasoning for stabbing people because, what was it? His membership expired or something?
Yeah, his membership got revoked.
Yeah.
I don't know how that happened.
I imagine he probably said some wild stuff. But the world is crazy, man.
The world is insane.
It's frustrating. Amina, what do you think about it?
I think it's like, I feel like people have recently, like, they've been like acting like they've been going to extreme lengths based off of like them simply not getting what they want. And it's like bizarre that the like half the time they end up like hurting somebody, and it's like, but why? Like, there's never any real reason to do it, but it's like half the time they really have none. Like him right now, because your membership's revoked, you go and do all of this.
I don't even know how someone can mentally have the capacity to take things that far over something that's not
Exactly.
even serious. Like, there's one thing to be a Karen and be annoying to customers and all that stuff, but the most times Karens, they just yell, make a scene, and then leave. But for someone to just almost take the lives of others because of something as not important as that, especially a 60-year-old man,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that makes me wonder what he was doing beforehand. It's disturbing.
Yeah. It's just there are a lot of people that are not mentally there in this society, and sometimes we hear stories like this and we just think, "Well, what can we do to stop people like this?" And I don't think there really is an option. You just sort of just have to wait until something happens, and unfortunately in this situation, and hopefully the people that were affected are okay and they can go back to living their lives the way before this happened.
For sure. But yeah, before we go, Lana, do you got anything to say on this situation?
I mean, I agree
Lana?
with like every.
Maybe your mic needs to be turned on for you to speak.
Oh, is it on now?
Yeah, it's on.
Okay. Um, I agree with all the points that have been made. This is absolutely crazy. I'm still trying to figure out like, I know like you didn't get past like check-in, but like, don't they like search you before going into a museum? Like, how was he able to bring a
Yeah.
knife in? And also, why don't take this into a museum?
Yeah, Also, I wasn't searched when I went
I
to
was gonna say,
the
why
Yeah,
Met.
not
I'm not
search
sure
you?
if like you're supposed to. It's been a very long time since I've been to a museum, so I don't remember.
I think they probably relaxed on those guidelines. I haven't been to that museum, but I've been to the Met, and I know they just you scan your little ticket and then you just walk around.
And that's probably not the best. You probably do need, with all those expensive
Yeah,
expensive art, you got
it's fair.
other
Definitely fair.
artifacts there.
Someone
you
brings like a
probably-
duffel bag. It's
Yeah,
like
you
nothing.
probably do need some security. I don't know why they have zero.
I mean, they have security guards.
but like they don't have metal detectors. They don't have.
I think there was like a metal detector you walk through, but I don't think it's like a huge like airport TSA kind of check-in deal.
I feel like for a museum, you probably should have that.
Yeah.
Well, why don't you take it to corporate, Anthony?
Well, you saw Black Panther. You saw how easy it was for him.
You say Killmonger's gonna raid the Met?
Look at Zoom, you piece of garbage. Soon as we talk about Puerto Rico, is Zoom racist? But yeah, guys, this is I really not entirely sure how to feel entirely because it seems like this is only the beginning for Puerto Rico. And they're in a weird situation like other US territories where they don't really have the benefits of being a state. And they have all the negatives of not being a state. So yeah, and they're also dealing with a lot of tax crisis going on as people move into Puerto Rico that aren't from Puerto Rico and they buy up all the land and then increase rent and then everyone from Puerto Rico has to move. And yeah, it's the same thing going on in Hawaii and it's very sad. It's very frustrating that all these locals have to just leave because rich people are buying up the land around them.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
I mean,
Anyone?
I was gonna just say, but like, how does that actually work? Like, so like, if I went to Puerto Rico and I bought some land, basically, like, I'm in charge of the cost for everybody else.
Yeah, like if you built an apartment complex or you bought like a previously built one and then you suddenly change the rent by an increase of $500, naturally most of those people are going to have to leave. Or a lot of times that they'll destroy a current apartment complex, rebuild a new one, and then say, sorry guys, but you don't actually live here anymore, so go find like a new place to live, kind of deal. And so that's what's going on, is where all these people are kind of forced to leave because they can no longer afford the rent. And then as soon as other apartment complexes and all these things are built around them, they can no longer afford like the natural prices of life.
I mean, now that you got the debt restructured, hopefully that means the value of the Puerto Rican dollar can go up. And
It's the same U.S. dollar, my man.
it's the U.S. dollar.
Yeah.
It's a
I
U.S.
just thought since they
territory.
were in a state, they don't use
No,
US
that's the
dollar.
problem. It's the same
Really?
thing, except weirdly enough, so Puerto Rico used to be like a
Actually, I
port.
didn't know that. That's actually pretty wild.
Yeah. And then so they can't even trade with other countries unless it's approved by the US. So they can't really ship anything, even though they're
Just make them a state already.
exactly.
Just make them a state already.
Yeah.
It's just I don't know, it's weird, like awkward territory where it's a state but not a state, and then actually it's not a state at all, but we'll call it a territory. Actually, it's
It is
pretty much a
territory.
colony.
Yeah.
It's so weird to me on how the situation is there, but hopefully that will be solved. I doubt I'll ever see that story have a good ending, but we got faith here on a Wednesday morning, everyone. And we're back here on the Morning Buzz, WMSC 90.3 Upper Montclair. And as promised, we're going to be talking about the hottest story in entertainment today. We got Ye, we got Pete, we got Jake Paul, apparently. So Jake Paul has an interesting idea for how Kanye West and Pete Davidson can settle their beef. The YouTuber turned boxer has offered Kanye and Pete $60 million to box each other. Jake, who is the founder of a boxing promotion called Most Valuable Promotions, said on Twitter that he is proposing a $60 million celebrity boxing match between the Chicago rapper and the Saturday Night Live comedian. Here is the tweet itself. My official at Most V Promotions offer. Kanye West and Pete Davidson, he tweeted, I have $30 million guaranteed for Kanye and $30 million guaranteed for Pete. He then added some incentives plus pay-per-view upside. Money will be put in escrow before the 6th-round boxing match. Let's settle the beef like men before the children get any more impacted. It's what is this? Is a weird crossover, man.
That's really funny though.
Like I don't even know I don't know which angle to take with this story. I'm gonna let Amina start first because she is very interested about this story during break. So I give you the floor.
So first of all, Pete and Kanye fighting, I don't see that happen. Like physically fighting, I just don't see that happening because I feel like they're both talkers, especially Kanye. Like that's his thing, He's been doing this since Twitter, and now he's moved platforms. So I just feel like Jake Paul, like he's just trying to get involved in the clout, but I don't think it's gonna work out for him because there's no way that's gonna happen. And if it does, then I lost all hope.
Honestly, though, if somehow this does get pulled off, I feel like it would probably make even more than $60 million.
For sure. Because who doesn't want to see Kanye West and Pete Davidson throw hands?
And then, like, for a boxing match like that, there's got to be an undercard as well. So what other celebrities are beefing? Is it going to be Celebrity Boxing Mania coming soon? Who else would you like to see fight as a celebrity?
Oh, wow.
Like any celebrity, like
Danny
DeVito.
And who?
I don't know. I just want to see Danny DeVito fight.
Danny DeVito versus Shaq.
Oh no!
Fair matchup. That'd be wild. Imagine just them like standing next to each other.
Danny DeVito and
Shaq?
Yeah.
That's like 19 Danny
DeVito's
DeVitos.
even up to his
No.
kneecaps.
Not at all. I don't think so. Probably like midway to the shin.
Yeah.
You guys.
Goblin man.
No, not a compliment. Aidan, who would you like to see?
Ellen and Dr. Phil.
Oh my god, for real, bro.
Yeah,
I hope Dr.
yeah.
Phil goes in.
That'd
I
be
hate
fun.
Ellen.
I'm not a big fan of Ellen.
She's so fake, man.
So fake. She's so mean. From what I hear.
I heard she's just a terrible human.
Does not treat her cast and crew well.
Not at all. People are people, man. Respect the people around you. We all breathe the same air. Amina, who would you like to see get in the ring?
Oh my gosh.
Laid the smack down.
I don't even know. What? And it could be anybody.
Yeah. I'll give you a second to
I
think
can
about
see,
it.
Yeah, come back to me.
Lana, do you got any celebrities you'd like to see in the ring?
Oh wow, my voice just cracked. I
Been
don't
there
really
before.
condone violence.
Oh, okay. You're taking the pacifist route.
Yeah.
We'll let it slide this time, Lana.
I fully condone violence. Can I get a second
I
pick?
know Aidan does. I'm gonna say you guys know who John Tapper is
Yeah.
from Bar Rescue? I would love to see John Tapper versus Gordon Ramsay in a boxing match. That'd be exciting because I feel like midway through they take off the gloves and they just start yelling at each other for no reason. But yeah, John Tapper is wild.
I think I'm gonna do Danny DeVito versus what's his name from Game of Thrones.
Oh, you're just going with the short
The short
people.
guys, yeah.
Okay.
my
Peter
God.
Dinklage.
Peter
Peter
Dinklage.
Dinklage versus Danny DeVito.
Yeah,
And,
the short guy versus short guy.
You know,
It's the underweight, the bantamweights.
I think
Wow.
I'd like to see Ben Shapiro and Joe Rogan pummel each other.
Joe Rogan would
Joe Rogan would
destroy-
just that's not even fair.
He's so funny though.
I thought we were supposed to cancel that man.
We were supposed to. It didn't work.
It did not work. Amina, have you thought about anyone yet?
No, this is hard. I'm gonna be thinking about this like all day.
It's a good
because
question
I
though.
feel like there's a lot of good like potentials out there that can
Mhm.
really like I would pay to go see them.
You know who also maybe in like Bill Gates, just to see what he would be like fighting a human.
Fighting who?
Just anyone. Like Bill Gates actually being in a confrontation.
I think
physically.
Just
Elon Musk
crumple into
versus Bill
dust.
Gates.
That'd be fun.
That'd be
Elon Musk versus
interesting.
Vladimir Putin.
Yeah, that was
Mm.
supposed to happen.
That's supposed to happen.
Yeah,
apparently.
maybe that's gonna
What
be
does
on the
that mean
undercard.
That's supposed to happen.
You didn't hear?
Challenged him.
It's gonna be on
Trial
HBO
by
Max.
combat.
Elon Musk challenged Vladimir Putin to a one-on-one.
Like
Yeah,
for real?
For
For
real.
real on Twitter. And then he like said half of his statement in Russian too. I was like, this guy is committed to the bit.
What's it like? Why? Like,
I think he was
has
just
beef.
probably
He wants to
bored.
stop the Ukraine. The
So he
invasion.
thinks him doing a one-on-one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be like
I think he said
Agni Kai.
the stipulations were like, if like I win, you stop attacking Ukraine, and then if you win, you get Ukraine kind of deal. And then people were killing him online because obviously, who are you to put
Yeah.
Ukraine on the line?
Yeah, Volodymyr Zelensky's just gonna be like, Elon, go fight him.
I thought you were gonna
right?
say like he was gonna like give him his company or something.
No, it's just like you get the entirety of Ukraine. Like when did he become their representative? The whole situation is interesting. I don't know what to think about Elon Musk as a human. He's scary,
What's the
man.
name of his
Him and
children?
Bezos.
His
Yeah.
children's name.
Did you say Hail
Scary.
Bezos?
No, him and Bezos.
Oh, I was like, what?
No, him and Bezos just gives me very much Lex Luthor vibes. Just
Yeah.
No, he's a supervillain.
he
He
is.
is.
Every
I-
year's laugh.
Yeah.
I don't condone violence, but I
Scary.
would be down to see Bezos versus Musk.
Bezos
That
versus
would be a good
Musk.
one.
Interesting.
No. Can I ask you guys a question?
Hmm.
So you guys remember that doors and wheels debate?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll give you another one. Windows or chairs?
I don't get it. What do you mean?
How many more?
Like,
Are there
in
more
the
windows or
world,
more
Windows.
chairs?
Windows.
I'd say chairs.
I
No, there's
Chairs,
way
I
more
think.
windows.
It's definitely chairs because think about in a car. There
There's 4 windows. And
no, actually
There's 6 windows.
there's 6 windows.
Think about
but-
cars that have a backpack. You have another extra 2
Yeah.
windows.
What is happening right
But then
now?
you also look at houses.
Windows or
but we
chairs,
have-
Isaiah.
But what is this? What is happening? I don't.
Started with how if there's more wheels than doors in the world.
Oh, in the world.
I said doors.
Oh, did you miss
Oh.
that trend?
Yeah, I just like I heard someone talk about wheels the other day. I was like, I don't feel like listening.
I
to
think
this.
it's new. I'm not sure.
Yeah, but now you're saying window.
Huh.
Are there more windows or chairs in the world? I think
Windows or
windows.
chairs?
I think there's chairs. Like
More windows.
look,
I think windows
there's
because
one window right there. But
think
look at-
about even like a skyscraper though.
Yeah, but think of like
Yeah,
stadiums
but how
or
many
like
chairs
schools.
are inside?
Oh, stadiums.
Yeah, like there's a lot of
Especially if
windows,
it's
but
an
a lot of chairs, too.
open door stadium where it's like there's no windows at
And
all.
what's considered as a chair?
Wow.
What's considered windows? Does the window have to be glass?
I'd say a window would be
Mm.
anything with a
Yeah,
glass
if I
pane.
can see through it.
And how many
So like, could it be a
separations?
hole in the wall? Could be a window.
That's a good question.
And how do you determine like a multi-panel window then? Is like each panel like a separate window?
Is a
think what I
mirror a
saw-
window?
No.
No.
Because you
This
were
is
looking at
becoming really deep for
yourself.
8:36 in the morning.
It's
Hey,
very deep
speaking
conversation.
of, good morning, Caitlin. I love you.
Good morning, Caitlin. A round of applause for Caitlin. Woo! Guys. Snap. But yeah, that's an interesting conversation piece right there. Final answer. I've switched to chairs now.
Cheers.
think
All right,
it's
welcome now,
chairs.
Windows.
Windows.
Because you
Wait.
can be-
Do PCs count as Windows now too?
What?
Yes, because
What?
Get it? Hey,
Windows 10, Windows.
get it?
Yeah.
That was not a good joke.
Lana,
you,
I can
Lana.
mute you in a second. You know what? Lana's muted. We're done here, Lana.
Don't forget to
I know. That has been the theme of today. Can Isaiah remember to unmute Lana? Unmute Lana. Guys, we're gonna move on to our next story. We got some Doritos, man. I would love to talk about it, but Aidan looks like he would love to talk about it even more.
Oh, I would love to.
You probably
not
got a squirrel,
touch-
do you?
Yeah. Do not touch my precious Doritos. If your bag of Doritos has been seemingly suspiciously skimpy on chips lately, you're not alone. Frito-Lay confirmed that it decreased the number of chips you get per bag by 5 whole delicious triangles. Inflation is hitting everyone. We just took a little bit out of the bag so we can give you the same price and you can keep enjoying your chips, a representative of the company explained. A difference of 5 chips or a 9.25 ounce bag versus the 9.75 ounce bag might not seem like much if you're not one with a shorted bag, but cutting half an ounce from a bag while leaving its price unchanged correlates roughly to a 21 cents per bag saving. Times reported in 2014 with regards to Frito-Lay's flavored chips, for 100 million bags of chips, that means the total amount saved is upwards of 50 million. Time explained, Doritos aren't the only product that's gotten smaller while charging the same price. You also get few brushes out of a tube of Crest 3D White Radiant Milk. Mint. I'm having a stroke throughout this story. 28 fewer crackers out of a box of family size original wheat thins and several fewer sips out of your bottle of Gatorade as companies try to pass higher supply drops onto consumers with sneaky downsizing and repackaging. That was a lot of names for a very short paragraph.
I want Crest 3D White Radiant Milk.
I want Radiant Milk.
I also want Radiant Milk.
Dude, I just imagine someone with like a giant gallon of milk brushing their teeth. Almost
Just get the
disgusting.
toothbrush in the milk and then just starts brushing it.
Yeah,
Ooh,
extra
yeah.
calcium, I guess.
Milk drinkers.
Oh, that sounds so disgusting. Wait, okay, before we get into the Doritos story, I have a question for all of you here. Have you ever just drank milk by itself?
Yes.
Ew.
Not since I was a kid.
All the time. Everyone thinks I'm weird.
Amino,
I hate
explain.
milk. Oh my gosh. Because I always said I never understood how someone can just drink a glass of milk. Like I do not like milk. I
Did you do a
don't-
milkshake?
A milkshake, ice cream based, like ice cream turned into a milkshake.
Yeah, that's very. I'm talking just plain milk.
No. Ew, oh
Skim
my
milk, I
god.
could
Lana, are
probably
you
do.
serious?
Yeah.
I could probably do skim milk.
I've
I
drank
can't do anything
milk
else.
right straight out of the carton.
Okay,
Oh my god.
not that bad, but if you're having like cake or something, do you drink milk with it?
No.
Cookies?
Like, yeah, like cookies, and
I
milk.
dip
See
my
now
milk,
that's different though
I
because you're
dip my
changing the
cookie in
flavor
the
of the
milk.
milk.
but and even then I don't drink the milk afterwards.
No,
Hmm?
like if you're eating like a brownie, you don't like get a brownie and a cup of milk.
No.
Really?
Yes.
Just try it.
I think
I
she's
did.
probably gonna pass.
Do
on
you
that.
put milk in your cereal?
Yes, and guess what?
I just love
You
how
don't
this
drink the milk
conversation's
afterwards.
deviated from the
I pour enough milk for there, and if there's leftover milk, I pour more cereal. But I will never just drink the milk afterwards.
Yeah, that's wow. So Lana,
Mm-hmm.
do you drink the milk with the meal? Or you-
Yeah.
No.
Wow.
So do you
Does
like,
that like keep your thirst quenched while you're eating?
Wow.
Yeah, it actually does. If it's
That'd
really
be more
cold,
thirsty.
yeah.
Lana, I need you to describe a dinner that you would have with a cup of milk, please.
Okay. Well, when I was little, I would always like usually get chicken fingers and fries from restaurants, and I'd always like have like milk with it.
Not the school lunch.
Oh no. I don't feel too good, guys.
Are
That
do you
would
guys
be
just
so-
not drink milk? Is that what I'm getting?
You
For
do this
me,
too?
no, I
Not
don't.
like with meals, but I'll have like a glass of milk occasionally.
Okay, okay. But here's the thing. That is borderline insane, I think. But
Really?
at least like you're not eating it with like food.
No.
Lana, I'm concerned about you.
I mean, I don't do it so much anymore, but yeah,
Huh.
it doesn't. It's just something to have.
I feel like I'm being gaslit. Like, do you guys not drink milk?
Here's the thing. I don't drink raw milk like that.
Really?
Chocolate milk,
You
I rock
describe
with
it
chocolate.
as raw milk?
Or like
Yoo-hoo.
What is a raw
Yoo-hoo.
milk?
Milk.
Oh
You
no.
mean just normal whole
No.
milk?
Straight from the
I'll- I
udder.
But-
do-
Hold on.
Oddly enough, I don't like most chocolate milks.
What?
You do not like Yoo-hoo?
I hate YooHoo.
Thank you.
You
you.
who's not really chocolate milk.
It's
It's
chocolate
chocolate
water.
drink.
Chocolate
Yeah.
But
drink,
it's
yeah.
still good.
No, it's
No.
not.
Nesquik.
Nesquik is where it's at.
Nesquik is
Yeah.
good.
It's
I
the
do like
same
Nesquik.
thing.
That is not the same
It's
thing.
not the same.
Those are two very
Have you
different
ever
tastes.
seen the consistency of
Yeah.
Yoo-hoo? That is water
You-
with coloring.
And Nesquik is like
That's fair.
thicker, like milk.
The thing on the bottle of a YooHoo says chocolate beverage.
Yeah.
It doesn't even say chocolate milk.
because it's
Yoo-hoo's
not
good.
milk.
I don't care what you say.
I feel like
agree.
Yoo-hoo was good when like I was younger, but no, I think I,
get that
had
with-
one not too long ago. I was like, this is not. No.
So what you
I-
guys?
Oh, sorry.
So, no, you guys drink milk with chocolate in it, but just not milk.
exactly.
Yeah.
Because the
100%.
taste of plain milk is excruciatingly disgusting.
Yeah.
It's just milk.
That's
It's
the
not
problem.
just
It's
milk.
that's the problem is milk is just milk.
It doesn't have a taste.
Yeah,
It just
it
goes
most
down.
certainly
It's
does
not-
have a
It
taste.
is not water. It has a taste. And
Yeah.
it tastes pitiful.
No milk. I feel like I'm going insane.
Here's the thing.
Me too.
The reason why milk is good is because you put it with other things. So cereal, you get that sugary milk. Chocolate milk, you get that chocolatey milk. The fact that you guys are just drinking milk is borderline insane.
You know,
Strawberry
I'm
milk?
proud of my milk drinkage.
Yeah.
Strawberry milk.
I have never broken a bone.
Yeah, it sounds like you guys. got some
Neither
pretty
have
weak
I.
bones.
I've broken one.
I've
That's
never
it.
broken a bone. I've cracked my head many times, but I've never broken a bone.
Oh,
And you know, I was drinking chocolate milk. I was not drinking raw milk, man.
well, that still has calcium in it.
Yeah, but once again, I like good tasting things, and regular milk is just not that. I'll have it with a nice warm cookie though, dip it in. But yeah, I would probably just have almond milk instead now.
Oh yes.
Yeah,
Almond milk, but you know, I
Mhm.
have to stop because I'm allergic to nuts, but still.
Amina, that we have to talk about this. This is no. You got to stop playing that dangerous game there, my friend.
But I'm not-
Anaphylactic shock is not something you want to play
no,
with.
I saw a video and I actually got scared for myself and I told myself I would never touch another like nut or anything ever again. Because this girl, she went to I don't know how I ended up on this side of YouTube.
It happens like that.
Yeah, and she went to a restaurant and they lied to her and said like they didn't have they didn't use peanut oil. And you know, Chick-fil-A uses peanut oil and I eat Chick-fil-A. And the
Amina,
girl, she's literally paralyzed because she went like brain dead.
oh my
for-
god!
And it happened like out of the country, so they didn't even like pay for it.
Wow.
But I was like, oh
So-
my gosh, that can happen to me. So yeah, I've been relaxed on
Watch
the
that.
nuts recently.
As a concerned friend, Amina, you need to relax, man.
Yeah, no more.
I
nuts.
don't I think I've learned my lesson. And
Like, here's the thing: almond milk isn't that great where I would risk
it's
dying
not.
or
Mm.
paralysis. Like, I could live without almond milk. Maybe just drink regular milk then, man. Stop.
I'll
it.
just pass on all
What about coconut
on
milk?
all milk.
Coconut milk is
Mm-mm.
not a good replacement for our milk
Mm-mm.
because it's not really like milk at all.
That's true.
It's like
Coconut
very. It's like coconut milk is its own category, I think.
At
Just like
Mall.
coconut water. It's not even mm-mm.
We're playing coconut mall at some point, guys.
Coconut Mall, coconut milk.
Coming soon.